Hello there, singing friends. Welcome back to my singing channel. It's Mickey here, your friendly neighborhood singing coach. Today I'm going to be doing a reaction request from Michael German to Black Sabbath, Eternal Idol. And he writes, "This is Black Sabbath with the great and criminally underrated and underexposed Tony Martin singing, probably my favorite male singer. The song and album cover and title are based on a sculpture by French sculptor Rodin. On this album, Tony Iommi is the only original member of Black Sabbath, but as the music writer and lead guitarist and pianist and flautist, I think that is really what counts." All right. He's also included the lyrics, but I think we'll listen to it first. We'll jump right in, all right? So here we go. Let's check it out. Cool. So I really like this intro. I love that it's like so low in range. And then you have that like dun, 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 just building and building and getting louder and more complex and more beats, you know, it really like, it's building to something. You're like, what's coming, you know? I also really like that riff. It's like, something like that, right? It's very catchy and hooky. I really, really like it already. So it just like, it gives it this really dark feeling, you know, and like really dramatic. Very, very cool.
Said it had to be this way. Why are we the victims of their final word? Dying world is killing us so slowly. I believe no God may save us now. Can you see what I see?
Very, very cool. So a wonderful technique on display there. So you would almost expect him to sing with more of like a kind of metal affectation, but he's singing with a very clear tone and almost like a classical technique in a way. You know, when he starts, he's doing a lot of sliding into pitches, da 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 da, you know, and it's very, very dynamic, meaning he's going through the whole spectrum of loud and soft, right? And then he goes all the way up an octave and he gets that like really like rock and roll bright sound that cuts through that da, 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 and he really accesses that that like nasal pharyngeal space. So there's a lot going on. You could almost think about this, the singing style as being a little bit like Zeppelin-esque or something, you know, or even more like in the like hair rock genre, hair metal genre. But the music is very dark, so it's an interesting juxtaposition between the two. But I will say that his technique is flawless. His pitch is amazing. You can hear he's got a really healthy vibrato. I really like in the beginning how relaxed his delivery is. There's no tension in that voice. And even when he flips up, it sounds very, very healthy. He's nailing all of those pitches. You don't hear any strain or like strangulation. He's really able to access that nasopharyngeal space and get that really bright tone that cuts through. And you don't hear any strain or any obstruction that's pulling the sound flat or sharp. So really, really nice. I think he's got a really nice touch to the way that he sings. And I also just think the music has gone through all of the dynamics, right? It had that incredible build that really pulled us in emotionally and was very suspenseful, like what is coming, right? And then it got very quiet again, right? So we've gone like all the way to fortissimo, that end of the dynamic spectrum, and then we pulled all the way back, and his singing is very dynamic as well. So it's a very exciting performance. It's definitely not monotone, not monochromatic. So really, really cool. I like it so far.
Child of tomorrow will die, not even born. Jesus, our questions he never seems to hear, dying for the answers maybe.
Sorry to pause it again. I just don't want to forget what I want to say. So I really like in the rhythm here in the instrumentation, how there's like that anticipation, right? It's a very cool rhythm. And da, 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 and then da, da, right? So you've got that anticipation, da, and then the two hits. So even like rhythmically, there's a lot going on. It's not straightforward at all. I really like how melodically it's moving chromatically in the instrumentation. So that sounds very metal to me, right? Like in classical or in pop, you don't really have chromatic movement so much, but it definitely gives that like metal feeling. I really liked how he had that trill in his voice where he was like, ah! I don't remember what notes it was, but you could hear how in control he was and how like even everything was. He's also choosing a lot of like blues notes and progressions, and the way that he's sliding gives it almost like a bluesy flavor too, which is what kind of reminds me of Zeppelin a little bit too. So yeah, a lot going on, and it's really, really cool. I really like it. Very cool. So I really like how he's doing a lot of like riffs, but it's so controlled. So there is a certain amount of spontaneity. He's clearly very comfortable. He can play around ornamenting the melody, but when he does those riffs, like the right? Everything is so controlled. There's no sloppiness to it. A lot of times people will do riffs and it'll be like, it'll sound very sloppy, like they're sliding down the staircase, right? With him, you hear that he's really like balancing on every note. He's really in control. His technique is amazing, and he's able to really span a large range, go very low, go very high, go through a lot of different techniques, go from a very dark low tone to a really supported chest voice, and then accessing that brighter tone when he goes up the octave. And he sounds very relaxed in all of it. He's got a great vibrato. He has so much nuance in his interpretation, you know? So every line, you can hear like the words that he thinks are more important and wants to bring out. There's no moment where you're bored. I also liked that there was some harmony, I think in only one spot, but it was very tasteful and very restrained. It wasn't all over everything. I really liked the note choices. I thought they were very complementary to the lead line. And I would almost call this like symphonic, you know, because there's so much going on and everything is like occupying a different part of the EQ envelope, right? Nothing's really competing with each other. It sounds very, very nicely orchestrated and complementary. The sound is very full. It's complicated, but it's not distracting or sloppy. So I think it's really cool. I agree with Mike. I think he's got an absolutely amazing voice. Just his control, but also his artistry. His musicality is really, really great. So let's look at the lyrics quickly. All right, so the lyrics to this are, it's called Eternal Idol, and it says, "No one said it had to be this way. Why are we the victims of their final word? Dying world is killing us so slowly. I believe no God may save us now. Can't you see what I see?" So very like doom and gloom, right? "Sinners, say your prayers tonight. Your judgment day is here. Child of tomorrow will die, not even born. Jesus, our questions he never seems to hear. Dying for the answers may be the price we pay to find the key to our lives. Is there a heaven? Is there a hell? Who's this God? Tell me there's no God above. Why? We chose what Lord deep within our souls. He's not one thing. We are his spirit. We could save this world from destruction day. Can't you see what I see?" So there's a glimmer of hope. We can still turn this thing around. "You and I are victims of their word as the masters of power try to poison our world. Greed, money taking over their souls. You're just mechanical brains. Politicians don't know. They just don't know. We can chance this world we live in. Don't let it die." Maybe it's change this world we live in. So very dark, right? It definitely is fitting for that metal genre. And I think this is very topical. I think just in terms of like environmentalism, and like how much we've destroyed the world and kind of mortgaged our children's futures. And that there is this chance to turn it around, but the politicians and the people in power are hell-bent against that, and they're the ones that have the most influence, right? So like, just taking like environmentalism as an example, it's like they tell us not to use plastic straws, and yet we can make a very minimal difference, and the corporations are busy like destroying the environment on a mass scale and really making the most detrimental change. I think it's very topical. I think you could interpret it that way. I really like the part that says, "Child of tomorrow will die, not even born." And Jesus doesn't seem to hear our questions. The only way to find out the key to our lives or the answers is to die, right? And see what comes afterwards. Obviously in this genre, the lyrics are going to be very dramatic and very dark. but I think that there is a certain complexity to the lyrics. They're not simplistic at all, and they're not cliched. There's a lot in there that can make you think. So I appreciate them. Yeah, so I think it's really cool. I really enjoyed this. I especially really like Tony Martin's voice. I think he's just such a cool artist, and he's got great technique and great musicality. So I really enjoyed it. So thank you for the recommendation, Mike. I hope that you enjoyed my reaction, and I'll see you guys here next time. Until then, take care. And of course, happy singing. Bye.